Have you ever wondered if the voice in your head is your intuition or just fear pretending to be wisdom? Welcome to And She Remembers, the podcast where women reconnect with their intuition, reclaim their power, and remember who they truly are. Today, we're talking about something many women struggle with: how to tell the difference between their powerful intuition and the loud voice of fear. This is a common concern, and honestly, even I still navigate this sometimes. But before this episode ends, I'm going to share one simple way you can recognize the difference between the two almost instantly. By the end of this episode, you'll feel more confident shifting from crippling fear into powerful intuitive action. So many women tell me they don't trust their intuition. What I've discovered is something really interesting. When we talk longer, they usually realize they've actually been hearing their intuition their entire lives. They just didn't realize that's what it was. One of the biggest misconceptions about intuition is that people think it will speak to them in a completely different voice, but it doesn't. Your intuition usually sounds exactly like you. Spirit speaks through your own inner voice, especially when you're first learning to tune into it. It often feels like a thought that flows in quietly, gently, and can disappear just as quickly. And because it's quiet, people often miss it or even dismiss it. But don't be discouraged. The more intentional you become about listening to your intuition, the clearer and stronger it becomes. Over time, you start to recognize the difference between intuitive guidance and random mental noise. Another block many women experience when it comes to trusting their intuition is the fear of being wrong. You worry you might be misunderstanding the message, or you worry that if you follow your intuition, things might not work out the way you hoped. I actually also hear women say something really interesting. They'll say, "Well, Sarah, I don't trust the message because it's what I wanted to hear." It always surprises them when I respond, sometimes the reason it feels right is because it is right for you. Your soul often desires things that align with your path. Your intuition and your deeper knowing are connected, so it's not unusual for the guidance you receive to feel exciting or encouraging. But I do want to say something really important here. Listening to your intuition doesn't mean life will suddenly be perfect or easy. It doesn't mean everything will unfold exactly how you imagined. What it does mean is that you are choosing to follow the guidance that aligns with who you truly are and what you believe is possible for your life. Sometimes the outcome of following your intuition surprises you, but that doesn't mean your intuition was wrong. Sometimes it was guiding you away from something far more difficult, even if you didn't realize it at the time. I often say that the universe can see so much further down the road than we can. We might only see a few hundred feet ahead of us, while the universe can see kilometers down the path. Yes, I'm Canadian. Your intuition is one of the ways that wisdom communicates with you. But many people spend their lives searching for answers outside of themselves, looking for validation, looking for approval, looking for someone else to tell them what to do, when in reality, the guidance they're searching for has been inside them the entire time. Let me give you an example of what I mean. You can feel incredibly excited about a new idea, a new opportunity, or even a dream that lights you up. You start learning about it, imagining it, feeling energized by it, but then you share that dream with the wrong person. And suddenly, they start telling you why it won't work, why it's unrealistic, why it's risky. And just like that, the spark that felt so bright inside of you starts to dim. But often when someone extinguishes your excitement, it's not because your dream is wrong, it's because they are afraid for you, or sometimes afraid for themselves. When we are growing and shifting, sometimes people can try to pull us down because you are a reflection of what is possible for them if they had simply pushed their fear away and not believed it. That's why learning to trust your intuition is so powerful because your intuition doesn't come from fear, it comes from possibility. In my experience, when something excites you deeply, when it energizes you and makes you curious and driven to learn more, that excitement often means you are aligned with creating it. You become a vibrational match for the life you're imagining. So when you feel that spark, don't run away from it. Run toward it. One of my favorite reminders that keeps me aligned is this. If you truly believed something would change your life, you would do it daily and nothing would stop you. That belief alone has shifted my habits, my drive, and my commitment to listening to my intuition. Now, earlier I mentioned I would share one simple way you can recognize the difference between intuition and fear. This is the easiest way I have found. First, ask yourself, does this thought make me feel powerful or small? Second, does it expand possibilities or shut them down? And third, does it feel exciting and expansive or heavy and discouraging? Intuition tends to feel expansive, fear tends to feel restrictive. Another thing I've noticed over the years is how my ego actually speaks to me. And our ego comes from a place of fear. My ego often speaks in the language of I. I can't do that. Who do I think I am? I don't have time. I'm too tired. But my intuition speaks really differently. My intuition often speaks using my name or the word you. Sarah, you can do this. You are capable. You're meant for this. The more you tune into your intuition, the easier it becomes to recognize those different voices. Now, something else many people ask me is whether intuition shows up physically in the body. And the answer is yes, it often does. For me personally, when I'm ignoring my intuition, and trust me, it does happen, I start to feel pressure just above my left breast, right around where we all grew up believing our heart was. That sensation is like my intuition gently tapping me on the shoulder. To be honest, that is the very first time, or sorry, that place is the very first place I ever felt spirit actually connecting to me physically. I think that's why my intuition still speaks to me through there. Some people feel tingling in their hands. Some people feel tightness in their shoulders. Some feel warmth in their chest. Everyone experiences it a little differently. If you're curious about where your intuition shows up, try this. Find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Take a few slow breaths. Then simply ask your intuition, where do you show up in my body? Don't force an answer. Just become aware of your body and notice any sensations that arise. Trust whatever you feel. Now, I want to invite you to pause for a moment, okay? Think about a time when you knew something before it happened. Maybe you had a strong feeling about a situation. Maybe you felt guided to take a different path, maybe even a different road. Or maybe there was a quiet voice that told you to do something or avoid something. That moment when you just knew, that was your intuition. My intuition has actually saved my life more than once, but here's one moment I will never forget. My sister and I were driving down a mountain dirt road during winter. Actually, it wasn't winter, it was in June, but it felt like winter because it was snowing. Yes, in Alberta, sometimes it snows in June. Crazy, right? The road was wet, snow was falling, and it was incredibly slick. We had no phone reception, and we actually hadn't told anyone we took a detour. Suddenly, I heard a clear voice say to me, "Move to the right." Without moving, or sorry, without moving, I moved. Without thinking, I moved the vehicle. My sister asked me what was going on, and right at that moment, a massive rock truck came flying around a blind corner. If I hadn't moved when we did, or when I did, we likely would have been pushed straight off the cliff. It was one of those moments where you realize just how powerful intuition can be. Your intuition isn't only there for small daily choices. Sometimes it shows up in truly life-changing ways. And the beautiful thing is, it has never left you. It has simply been waiting for you to trust it again. If you take one thing from this episode, let it be this: fear contracts you, while intuition expands you. Fear feels heavy, limiting, and full of doubt. Intuition feels like possibility, excitement, and a quiet knowing. The beautiful thing is this: your intuition has been guiding you your entire life. It has never left you. It has simply been waiting for you to trust it again. If you're still here right now listening, your intuition is already waking up. That's actually my intention with this podcast. Each episode is here to help you reconnect with that inner voice and remember the powerful guidance that has always lived within you. If this conversation resonated with you, I encourage you to follow the podcast so you don't miss future episodes. And I'd love to hear from you. What was an aha moment you experienced while listening today? Share it in the comments and let me know what resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. And even share this with another woman who is looking to empower her life by listening to her own voice and intuition. Next time, we're going to explore the woman beneath the conditioning, where we'll talk about how expectations, roles, and labels can disconnect women from their true selves and how to begin reclaiming that connection. Until next time, trust your intuition, listen to your inner voice, and remember who you truly are. I'm Sarah Manning, Modern Day Oracle, and I thank you for joining me. Have a great day.